If you want to build your dream business and also your dream life, I feel like those two goes hand in hand, then you absolutely need to be aware of what tasks in your business drains you for energy, what tasks you need to remove, and what tasks really charges you up and gives you energy. Because if you aren't aware of this and keep doing the stuff that just constantly drains your energy, then you're going to end up burning out just like I did very recently. So in this video, I want to share with you a really good exercise that helped me a lot in this burnout period to figure out and gain clarity on what tasks really gives me energy and what I really want to spend my time on, and what tasks I just want to delete or at least just outsource and make sure that I'm not dealing with those tasks. And of course, it might not be realistic to just remove all of those tasks that you don't want to do. It's part of business that you have to do something that you don't want to do. I mean, it's also part of life, but at least we can minimize it and make sure that you're spending most of your time on stuff that you absolutely want to do. And I want you to look at this exercise as a sort of compass that you can always revisit and figure out, like every time someone asks you to do a job, or if you want to be part of a project and stuff like that, then you can run it through this exercise and figure out if it actually fits within your ideal way of working. For example, a lot of people asks me to speak at some sort of event, or maybe do one-on-one coaching and help them in their business with YouTube, or even be a part of their business as a partner. And a lot of those projects can be tempting, and sometimes you can make a lot of money and it sounds exciting, but every time I run it through this exercise and figure out if it actually fits within my dream life, I always gain clarity on whether I should say yes or no to this project. So without further ado, let's just get into my computer and let's take a look at this exercise. All right, guys, before I go through this exercise, I want to quickly mention that this template that I'm going to go through in this exercise, I made this into a template that you can download down below. So just go ahead and download this down below this video, and then you are ready to fill it out for yourself, okay? So basically what this exercise is about is we want to design your ideal week and your ideal day. And we want to start with your ideal day because it can be really hard for a lot of people to like imagine on a longer time horizon what your dream life should look like. But if I ask you what you want to do tomorrow, then you can probably very easily answer that. So we're just going to start out by designing your ideal day, and then use the principles from that to design your ideal week afterwards and kind of stretch it to fit on a longer time horizon, okay? So in the ideal day exercise, I have the times here in one column. So we have 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and so on. And then we have some sort of activity. And what I want you to do is note down what you want to do at certain times during the day in your ideal day, okay? And yeah, I'm going to give you an example of mine in a minute. Right now, I just want to explain to you how it works. And then, as I said, we are going to apply this to your whole week. So as you guys can see, we have the notes up here, and I use this myself to kind of write down notes on every weekday. So I note down, for example, that Mondays are always for meetings. So I basically batch all my meetings on Monday, and then Tuesday is for product development and so on. So yeah, all your notes you can write up here, and you can basically do it however you want to, but that's how I do it myself. And then down here we have like the weekdays over here, and then we have the time blocks down here. I haven't applied like certain timestamps, but we have the time block before noon and then the time block in the afternoon. And then I have visualized for you in this column right here where noon is. So this is where you want to fill out the template for yourself. But to give you some inspiration and kind of figure out what you want to write down in your ideal week and ideal day, I want to quickly go over an example of how I filled everything out. And you can see that right here. And it's also going to be in the document down below, so you can see it for yourself. So my ideal day starts with me getting up at 6 a.m. And that's, yeah, I wake up and then I drink some water because I'm really bad at drinking enough water. So that's a goal of mine. And then I walk the dog and take my vitamins. I haven't really included stuff like taking a bath and everything that I do because I do that anyway. So I've just included some of the stuff that's important for me. If I wanted to like do a workout and stuff like that, and have that as a goal, I would definitely write it down here. So just write down everything that's a goal of yours and that's really important for you to do in the morning. And then at 7 a.m., after I took care of myself and I'm ready for the day, then I get up the kids. I have 2 kids at the moment, a boy that's 2 years old and then a newborn girl. And my wife basically takes care of our newborn and then I take care of my 2-year-old and make sure that he gets ready, get some breakfast and are ready for the day. And then I drop him off in daycare. And then I aim to be at work at 8 a.m. and then it's time for deep work. And I wrote it down as deep work because I want to design my workday in a way where I just sit in my cave, really focus on some sort of creative work. And that's because I saw a video from Alex Hormozi with a concept that's called either you are a maker or an operator. And basically what it is an operator is a type of person whose job is to have meetings with people. The meeting can be like an hour long. They can also just be like 5 minutes long. But basically that's the operator's work, that's meetings. And then we have the maker, which is what I am. The maker's job is to do creative stuff like filming YouTube videos, just building funnels, making great product and stuff like that. And those types of tasks are much more reliant on you being focused on the work for a longer period of time. So as a maker, it's really annoying to have meetings like at 10 a.m. because it just ruins your whole morning work block. Because, for example, if I sit down and film a YouTube video and then I have a meeting at 10 a.m., maybe I start filming at 8 a.m., then I might have to like interrupt my filming or my editing and stuff like that to take that meeting. And I also need to remember and actually prepare for the meeting. So yeah, basically my whole morning work block is going to be ruined. So I just found out that I really thrive being a maker and doing maker stuff. And that's why I just wrote down that these 4 hours is dedicated to maker activities, okay? And then after that, we have a lunch break. And then afterwards, I actually have time off where I'm going to focus on my health because in the last couple of years, I have only focused on my family. We got 2 kids now in the last 2 years and also bought a house and stuff like that. Had a lot of work to do on that end. And then I also launched my coaching business. So all my time I've just spent on family and work, basically. So I really want to get back to being healthy, work out regularly, maybe eat better and stuff like that. So I can keep being healthy and yeah, just feel better and also be more effective when I actually work. So I want to get back to that. And then after that, I want to cool off and relax and then just be with my family once they come home at around 4 p.m. And you might be thinking, Jacob, 4 hours of work doesn't sound like a lot, and it definitely isn't. And the reason why I want to design my workday like this, with this constraint of only working 4 hours a day, is because I want to have more time to reflect and kind of minimize the stress in my day-to-day life and also focus on workouts and stuff like that and being healthy. So by forcing myself to have this constraint, I'm actually able to think outside the box and figure out, okay, how can I actually make this work? Because obviously I have so much work to do and I can't really fit it in a 4 hour workday. So I have to like outsource a lot of work and figure out what kind of tasks is absolutely necessary for me to do. I need to maybe delete some stuff, focus on fewer things, and then also the things that I need to do, I need to figure out, do I have to do those things, or can I actually outsource it to someone that can do it better than me? So that's why I made this constraint for myself. And then the rest of the day is actually pretty open. At 6 p.m., we prepare dinner and eat with the family, and then we have the whole night routine with the kids. That takes a lot of time. And then we have my own night routine. And I feel like it's really important to actually note down when you want to go to bed, because as an entrepreneur, it's super important. I mean, it's important anyway for anyone, but to get a good night's sleep is super important to actually feel good and feel fresh during the day. So these 4 hours are really dependent on me going to bed at the same time each day and actually be ready and really awake during the day. Okay, so that's my ideal day, and then I have tried to apply the same principles to my ideal week. And as you guys can see, I have notes for each workday here in the notes area, and you can use this area as you wish. And then if we go down here, we have my Mondays. As you guys can see, Monday afternoon is for meetings if needed. So basically, I realized that I want to cut away as many meetings as possible because I'm a maker at heart, but I also know that it might not be realistic to not have meetings at all to run my business. So if I have any meetings, then it should be batched on Mondays, on Monday afternoon. I do it in the afternoon because the first 4 hours of your workday, those are actually your best work hours. So I definitely want to use that on my own projects. And then if we have any meetings, that doesn't really require me to use as much brain power. So I always do that in the afternoon. And then I make sure to batch it all on a Monday, so I don't have meetings spread out the whole week. Because as I said, if I have a meeting on Tuesday at 10 a.m. and then I have a meeting again on Wednesday at 8 a.m. and then on Thursday at noon and stuff like that, then suddenly I find myself with a whole week where I didn't even know what I achieved. I basically feel like I wasted a whole week because this interferes with my my work blocks. Okay, so on Mondays I also use my deep work time block for idea generation and prep for content, and that means all the content for my social media and maybe also for my online course. I prep all that on Mondays and make sure that it's ready to be recorded on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, because those days are shooting days. And then just as my ideal day, you can see right here, I have a workout, I have the meetings, and then after that, we unplug, learn new stuff, be with family or friends and stuff like that. Basically, whatever I want to do. Then on Tuesday, I want to spend time on developing products and building funnels and stuff like that. So I actually get people from my social media down my funnels and make sure that they actually buy my products, so I can make some revenue and make the business run smoothly. So that's what I do on Tuesday. And then you can see that basically the whole week, the afternoon is pretty much the same. It's catch up on work if needed, and then a workout, and then unplug. And the reason why I wrote down that in the afternoon I want to catch up on work if needed is because I know that it might not be realistic for me to not work in the afternoon, especially here in the beginning where I started over with my business. Now that I do everything in English and start over, I have a lot of stuff to do. I need to build out complete a new product and stuff like that. So I have a lot to do, and that means that I also have to work on the afternoons. And then my goal is on the longer time horizon to go back to cut back on my work days and only work 4 hours a day. And also sometimes I just want to work more than 4 hours because I like what I do. So it's not necessarily something that I have to do, but I aim to design my business in a way where I only have to work 4 hours a day, okay? And as I said, the rest of the week is shooting content, and then I don't work on Saturdays and Sundays. So that's my ideal week. As I said, make sure you download this template down below in the description and fill this out for yourself. As I said, this exercise has really helped me gain clarity on what tasks I want to work on what I should delegate and what I should delete in my business. And also if anybody asks me to speak or do any sort of gig, then I can just figure out with this if that's something I want to do. So my hope with this is that I can avoid burning out again and do this for the long run, keep going, really enjoy my work and look forward to Mondays, and hopefully you can do the same now that you have this template. So if you want to learn more about my burnout and what I learned from it, then make sure you click on this video right here. In this video, I break everything down that happened during my burnout, what caused my burnout and what I learned from it. And I try to really be vulnerable and share not just the good stuff, but also the hard stuff that happens when you run a business like this. So I'll see you in that video. Bye.